Hi guys, and welcome back, or welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be going over everything I read in August, which I'm so excited to get into these because I love talking about the books that I love, and there are some in here that like literally had me by the throat. So I'm super excited to talk about these and maybe give you guys some book recommendations. So let's get into it. Okay, so firstly, we are going to start with, oh my god. So I have fallen into a Sarah Adams hole recently because she is just so freaking cute. Like, I read When in Rome last month and adored it. So of course I picked up the cheat sheet that I've had for way too long. Like, this gem has just been sitting on my shelf and I didn't even know. So I finally got into Brie and Nathan's story. I gave this book, wow, I did not write these notes clear, 4 stars. We gave Brie and Nathan 4 stars. This story was just so cute. So it's 2 best friends, right? And he has his life, she has his, but they're the best of freaking friends. And honestly, their relationship was so cute that it was a slow burn, right? And I usually like with slow burns, I'm just like, come on, let's get to it. But with them, I could have just read about them being friends the entire time because their friendship was so genuine and cute. And I just loved the way that he looked at her and saw her, and it was like she's his world, and it was so cute. Yeah, I think this was my first football. I really do. I feel confident in saying that, but then again, who knows? I'm gonna say that this was my first football read, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm not a football girl. I know. I'm not really a sports girl in general. Let me not make y'all hate me. Ignore that. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It was a friends to lovers, slow burn. I think it was in the college setting. Yes, it was in the college setting, so that's super cool. He plays NFL, big baller. And she has a dancing class and all that cute stuff. I could just get so into this book. I loved it. 4 stars from Miss Sarah Adams. It was a perfect way to start out my month. And then I followed that book with a summer book because I've told myself I'm gonna get the rest of my summer reads done, but that's probably not going to happen at this point because here we are, September. Like, is it even summer anymore? I don't know, but I read The Summer of Broken Rules. I gave this book 3 stars. It was very cutesy in the beginning for me, but then it just, I don't know what happened, honestly. It just kind of lost me. I'm not sure why. It was good. 3 stars in my mind is still good to me. It's just, I'm not gonna be thinking about it every single day, but it's not like I hated the read at all. The cover is beautiful. Like, I will still be posting this everywhere because of how utterly beautiful it is. And yeah, I don't know. It kind of wasn't my thing, but you know, it's fine. Yeah, we're just gonna move on to the next. I wanted to wear flannel to look cute because like it's fall almost, but I'm about to die because it is in fact not fall and I'm sweating my arse off. So we're just gonna move on to the next one, act like we're not hot. This is a 5-star read. This was my first 5-star read of August and I am utterly obsessed with it. I will never shut up about it. I will never get over it. I am sitting by my door waiting for the sequel to get here just because, oh my god. So I buddy read Fourth Wing with Oath and it was so fun. We both gave it 5 stars because this book was so good. I was worried because I don't know why I get so worried with hyped up books. Like, it's so hyped, obviously it's gonna be good, but I get so scared. I'm like, oh my god, what if I hate it? Like, just pretend like I didn't read it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but I started out this book and I wasn't really enjoying it. I think it was the story building. Like, not all story building is gonna hook you from the start, and this was just how I was with this. But oh, she was hooked from the start. Her and Nora were loving it. It wasn't grabbing me yet. But the further we got into the story, I just kept getting more and more intrigued. I was like, okay, I have to know where this goes. Xaden and Violet, literally my 2 favorite people in the world. Like, I loved this book. And let's not even talk about the dragons, because once the dragons came in, Michaela was gone. Like, this book had me. There was no getting me back because the freaking dragons are amazing. Never in a million years did I think that my favorite characters, like one of my favorite characters in this book, would be a dragon, but it is. So yeah, definitely read this book if you haven't. What are you doing? Go get it, read it. Do not come out of your room until you have done so because it is so worth it. Like, I can't wait for Iron Flame to get here. The way this book ends is so amazing. Like, Rebecca literally ends every chapter on a cliffhanger, but the one at the end of this book, I screamed. Like, I literally made a fool of myself screaming because I was just like, what? So yeah, I'm getting overhyped again, but this book is worth every ounce of hype it gets. There's a reason everyone and their mother's reading it, so you need to hop on the train if you haven't. It's beautiful. It is this woman's first fantasy book, and she has the world like by the balls. So it's insane to me. I really, really, really recommend reading this book. It was beautiful. It's a favorite of the year, like without a doubt. So moving on to the next book, we read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. This is actually another 5-star read because I loved it. I really took my time with this book. I didn't read it too fast just because I wanted to absorb the material. That sounded nerdy. But yeah, I just wanted to enjoy the read and not rush through it. So I took like a week to read this and I really enjoyed it. Like, just the way Jeanette can write was very easy to follow, and honestly, there's a certain way authors can write that makes you just want to keep reading because their words flow so easily, and that's how Jeanette felt for me. And then just getting to hear somebody speak their truth, and I love when people finally find a voice within themselves. So I was just like the whole time on the sidelines, you got this, girl, tell me all about it. And yeah, I have all the respect for this woman. If you are questionable about memoirs, no longer read this book because I like it. I debated it for a really long time and I was just like, it's nonfiction. When I read, I want to escape. I don't want to be in the real world, but I just decided to change things up and I really enjoyed it. So 5 stars for I'm Glad My Mom Died. I definitely recommend it. It's a good read. Next, okay guys, seriously, don't hurt me, but there's a reason behind this rating. Okay, so first I'm gonna go ahead and tell you it's 4 stars. Okay, so going into this book, I expected, hi baby, I expected it to be 5 stars just because of the uproar and the love that everybody has for this book. I really, really expected 5 stars, to be obsessed with the characters, you know, all that shit. But no, I was quite conflicted actually. Like, during reading this book, I was just like, why are these characters doing the things that they're doing? Like, it's like they're in a competition to see who can hurt who more. And I don't know, guys. I'm not saying I hate it. I gave it 4 stars. That's not bad for me at all, but it was just so toxic. I feel like a dog fight's about to happen. But anyway, yeah, it was just beautifully toxic. I couldn't stop reading it. That's a good sign. Like, I kept wanting to read it, honestly, because I need to know where these characters get. But it was just so insane for me. I don't know. I don't really get the hype, but at the same time, I feel like if I finish the series, I'll understand more. Like, I'll get to know these characters more, but just like, I didn't like the games we were playing, you know? So yeah, 4 stars. Please don't hate me. I'll get further into it. I plan on reading Daisy Hates this month, actually. So hopefully afterwards I could be like flowing through the rest. Well, I gotta find the rest because, oh my God. I hate having to search for books, y'all. It makes me mad. Like, if there's a chance I can't find something, what? Like, what am I supposed to do? Look like an idiot with 2 of the books out of the 4? You know? That was a sidebar. Next, we have another 5-star read. Okay, I fell in love in August with my boy, Rhett Eaton. I know. Okay, so, hold on. We gotta simmer down for a second. This is 5 stars. Okay, it was perfection. Everything about it, I loved. Like, I could go on and on about just this book in particular. And I haven't even read the rest of the series yet. Like, I'm gonna be freaking obsessed with Chestnut. I already know it. I'm picking up Heartless either today or tomorrow just because I can't wait anymore. But this book is about a cowboy, and I love that. Well, he's a bull rider, but same thing, right? And he got in trouble with his management agency, so they're sending somebody to kind of babysit him and supervise him, make sure he doesn't get any more trouble. And it turns out to be our girl Summer and Sparks Fly, and we just get to see like what happens on this babysitting gig, and it's so fun. Like, the whole time, it's so fun. I enjoyed every part of this book. So yeah, is there much more to say? I really loved it. I don't think there's many other ways I can say that without repeating myself. The forced proximity, love that. Small town romance, love that. The cowboy era, love that. So it was perfect, guys. Read this book if you haven't already. This and Fourth Wing. If anything, so far, this and Fourth Wing, you just have to. I know, complete polar opposites, but they're so good. Okay, and next we are going to talk about The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. So with this book, I actually gave it 3 stars. It just wasn't my cup of tea. So in this book, we follow Zara and Rowan, and it's kind of like, okay, so it's called Dreamland, and it's an amusement park, all these fun things. And Rowan is trying to make it better, make it a cooler place, da-da-da-da-da, and yeah, and Zara, I thought I said the wrong name. And Zara works at the park. So like, it's just this whole story of them. But to me personally, I'm not gonna dog this book or say anything bad about it, but to me personally, it was too Disney for me. But here's the thing with that. I know there's a lot of people in the world that are obsessed with Disney and obsessed with close proximity and obsessed with workplace romance. So if that is you, my friend, this book is definitely your gal. So give it a read. I have heard so much about Lauren Asher. So I feel like the rest of the series, I'm still really anticipating. This one in particular just wasn't really my thing, you know? So yeah, The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, I gave that 3 stars. And on to the next. Okay, these next 2 I had way too much fun with. But on to the next, I gave The Housemaid 5 freaking stars, like without a doubt, because it kept me on my toes the entire time. I literally had one theory and then another and then another, and guess what? They were all wrong. Every single one of them, guys. Like, all my theories were wrong. In the end, I was just like, what? I don't even know, guys. I want to read this one again. It was so good. Hold on, let me see what my notes are. Yes, it was perfectly sculpted. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything she wrote it in the right exact place where it needed to be. And then it just all tied together at the end with this pretty little bow, like a Christmas present. Do you know what I'm saying? It was perfect. Don't you agree? High five if you agree. He agrees. He just doesn't, he's camera shy. Okay. So yeah, The Housemaid was a 5-star read. I absolutely adored it. She wrote it so perfectly. I couldn't be more happy with it. And at the end, I literally gasped. I was like, what? Like, this is what has been going on? Shut up. So obviously, I love that one so much that I immediately turned around and I picked up The Housemaid's Secret. Hold on, these boys are about to get loud. Okay, and then immediately afterwards, I picked up The House. Boys. Mom's trying to film a YouTube video. You're being kind of rude. Can we, bubbles? Bubbles. Okay, and then obviously, immediately. All right, boys, seriously. Seriously. Okay, and then obviously, immediately after, they let me get those words out, I picked up The Housemaid's Secret, which was crazy to me. Okay, so this one, I believe I gave 4 stars. Hold on, let me double check. 4 stars, okay. It was not as good to me as the first one, but that was because if you've read this one just seemed too, I felt it was far-fetched. If you get what I'm saying, like, it was just too complicated for me. I thought it was kind of weird. I wasn't really happy with how it ended, but I was on my toes the entire time trying to figure out what was going on. So I still gave it 4 stars because the majority of the book I freaking was having so much fun. I read it like in a day, but I just didn't like the ending. I didn't hate it. I wasn't jumping up and down like I was with this one, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it was still a good read. Great thriller, but not as good as the first one. The first one, I loved it so much. I will think about that book for a very long time to come. So let's just move on to the next. Next, and second to last, we have Addicted to You by Krista and Becca. Richie. I know I say those names like all the time. I don't understand why I have to look at the book, but it is what it is. Okay, so I actually gave this book 4.5 stars because I know I don't usually do the points, but this one I couldn't give 4 stars and I didn't quite want to give 5 stars. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I really enjoyed it. Wow. So within an hour of starting this book, I picked up my phone and I texted Oaf and I was like, girl, what did you just get me into? What is going on? Like, obviously I'm not stupid. I know what the back says. She's addicted to sex. He's addicted to booze. The only way out is rock bottom. I'm aware of that. I read it before I bought it. But it didn't click in my brain that she is addicted to sex like anybody else is addicted to drugs and alcohol. Like, there's no difference. This chick is like literally hooked on it. So it just kind of threw me for a loop because I didn't know how to like take that. This book gets your heart like super invested, honestly. Like, once you look past that and you just get to know these characters and everything they're going through, you just truly want better for them, and that's where I stand right now. And I'm really ready to read the next book just because I need to know what happens to my characters. Do they get the ending they deserve? Like, I don't even know when I'll read their ending. This series, I don't know. But the important part is I really enjoyed it. Lily and Lo were so cute. Like, I love annotating when like I'm really enjoying something. So this one's tabbed up just because like I said, I was a little off put by the addiction, but in the end I was still loving the book so much because the characters are just so lovable. Also stringable, but strangable. Is that how you say it when you strangleable? I don't know. But anyway, I gave this book 4.5 stars. You probably know that by now because I've said it like 5 times. But it was really good. I fell in love with it and it was very addicting. That was so cringy. I really need to get off camera. Enjoyed that one. Okay, and last but not least is a Kindle read. So give me 2 seconds. Okie doke. And the last read that we read in August is Rock, Paper, Scissors. It's a thriller. So this one I gave 3 stars. I actually had mixed emotions about this book. Just because it confused me. I hate being confused in a thriller. I want to know what's going on. I want it to make sense to me. And this one lost me completely. Like, I had to pick up my phone and text Nora. I'm like, girl, what is going on in this book right now? I'm so confused. And like, I read 2 more chapters or something and then I was like, oh, I think I get it. But I had to actually go back into the book and look at previous pages in order to fully understand what was happening. And I don't like that. Like, it just made me mad that I didn't understand. I hate being confused. Like, I want to read the line and then be like, oh, you know, like, shocker. But no, I was like, huh? Come again, please? Because I did not understand that the first go around. So yeah, it was good. It was intriguing because from the very beginning, you're like, okay, these people are up to some weird stuff. Like, they're just shady. They act super shady. So it was just like weird from the get-go. But yeah, and then this, like all theories, you're gonna have one theory and then you're gonna have another theory and another theory, and none of them are gonna be right. Like, I was so off put by this book. I would have never guessed, because it threw me for a loop. I was so confused, guys. But yeah, it was still good though. It just, that's not what I was expecting. But like, I don't even know if it's not what I was expecting in a great way or a bad way, because like, yeah, anyway, okay, so 3 stars. It confused me a little bit, but other than that, from the beginning, I was just like, ooh, I gotta keep going because somebody is in here. It's crazy. So I just kept reading it, and yeah. So, with that being said, we made it to the end of the video. I can't sweat anymore, so I'm taking this off. We read 11 books. What the fuck? I don't feel like this is a lot of books to hold up. I feel like that definitely shouldn't have happened. So we're gonna try that one more time. And if they fall this time, it's on me. But here's our stack from August. Beautiful, beautiful books. Look at that baby right there. Fourth week. I love it. Yeah, I had such a great month, guys. It's because I have all the big books on top and all the little books on bottom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, we're gonna put these down before chaos occurs again. So yeah, cool question real quick. What was my favorite book of the month? Ooh, buddy. Okay, so it's... Why did I ask myself this question? It's a close knit, okay? And you guys are probably gonna be like, girl, come on. But it's between these two. It really is. I'm gonna go Fourth Wing just because it pulled out way more emotions. I was sobbing and screaming and puking and running in circles. It had me doing literally everything possible. So I'm gonna go with this was my fave read of August. I don't even know where this question came from. I just saw that I hadn't gone over 20 minutes yet, so I was like, let me do it. Okay, that's it, guys. I really appreciate you coming and watching me blabber about what I read last month. It was a good month, and this month I plan to get more books in, but it is also the 6th of the month, and I've only read one book. So, you never know. I'm gonna go finish Practice Makes Perfect by my girl Sarah, because beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So say goodbye, Reapers. Say we'll see you next week. Say we'll see you next week on the YouTube. You'll have to forgive my dog voice. Thank you for watching. I love you, angels. Have a great week and read plenty of books. Say bye, boys. Say bye. So, I feel like I only have to sniff when I'm making YouTube videos. This doesn't happen constantly. I swear I don't always have a runny nose. I'm getting really hot. I'm pushing through for you guys though because love it. That was so ugly.